Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today, via tape delay from the home of the Laurel Highlands High School girls soccer team here at Mustang Field, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs take on the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay. We welcome you aboard for tonight's girls soccer game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay, and we'll be back with the lineups for both teams after these messages.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
We're back here at Laurel Highlands High School, the section opener for the Albert Gallatin Colonials and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs girls soccer action here on the South Union Township Sports Network. I'm now going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Barry Rosner, for tonight's starting lineups.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the campus of Laurel Highlands Senior High School and Mustang Field, where tonight the Mustangs of Laurel Highlands are hosting the Colonials from Albert Gallatin. We ask everyone now, if you would, to please direct your attention down to the soccer field as we meet tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for our visitors, the Albert Gallatin Colonials under the head coaching of Rick Hansen and assisted by Andy Miles. Here is his starting lineup. A senior, number 14, Hannah Banks. A senior, number 26, Caitlin Snyder. A freshman, number 15, Carly Barkfelt. A junior, number 27, Cassidy Miles. A sophomore, number 9, Maddie Vinch. A sophomore, number 18, Aubrey Bowers. A sophomore, number 19, Sarah Kemp. A sophomore, number 22, Jessica Victor. A sophomore, number 28, Serena Chapman. A freshman, number 23, Katie Smith. And a goalkeeper, a senior, Katie Rankin. And now the starting lineup for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The Mustangs under the head coaching of Dave Sahida and assisted by David Sahida. Here is their starting lineups. A senior, number 5, Amanda Means. A junior, number 9, Bryn Lilly. A junior, number 10, Erica Tarr. A junior, number 12, Nina Nickman. A junior, number 15, Kate Sutton. A junior, number 19, Grace Chambers. A sophomore, number 8, Abby Miller. A sophomore, number 24, Macy Valek. A sophomore, number 32, Maggie Cunningham. A freshman, number 23, Alexi Harrigus. And the goalkeeper, a junior, Anna Sepik. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask if you would to please rise. And gentlemen, we ask if you would to please remove your hats. But tonight, folks, we ask that you do not look for the flagpole, as unfortunately putting the flag up earlier today, the rope broke and haven't had a chance to get it fixed. So we ask if you would now to please look at the scoreboard, and we will wave the flag at the scoreboard in the singing of our national anthem by Laurel Highlands Senior from the 50-yard line, Emily Braun. Hit the button on the bottom end.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, no bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And good luck to both teams.
Great job, as always, by Laurel Highlands Senior Emily Rahm. We're back with the start of tonight's match right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Just about ready for the start of tonight's match. Our first soccer broadcast of the year here in the South Union Township Sports Network. The Laurel Highlands girls 0-1-1 overall, taking on the Albert Gallatin Colonials 0-2. The Mustangs coached by David Sahida. Rick Henson, the head coach of the Albert Gallatin Colonials, and just off the bat, the ball played on the far side. Laurel Highlands in control, and bringing it up is Amanda Means as the ball is poked out of play off of Laurel Highlands and out, and will be triggered in by Serena Chapman of Albert Gallatin. Both teams going with a traditional 4-4-2. The Mustangs with Erica Tarr and Grace Chambers up front. In the midfield, Bryn Lilly, Kate Sutton, Maggie Cunningham, and Amanda Means. In the back, Lexi Harrigus, Abby Miller, Nina Nickman, and Macy Valak with Anna Sepik, the Mustang keeper, here tonight. Albert Gallatin also with a 4-4-2. Hannah Banks and Jessica Victor up front. Carly Barkfelt, Caitlin Snyder, Cassidy Miles, and Serena Chapman in the midfield. And Maddie Vinch, Aubrey Bauer, Sarah Camp, and Katie Smith in the back. Even though talking to Rick Hansen, Albert Gallatin's head coach, he said, don't be surprised if you see Katie Smith up on that front line before the night is over. Katie Rankin in goal for the Albert Gallatin Colonials as the Mustangs break it forward to Grace Chambers. Chambers into the box, shot on goal and in. The opening goal of the night, just over a minute in. Grace Chambers, the Mustangs strike first and take an early 1-0 lead over the Albert Gallatin Colonials here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Chambers.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley Mahalev & White.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar.
The Grace Chambers goal for Laurel Highlands coming just 1:05 in here at the 38:55 mark of the first half, and Chambers back on it again. Chambers breaking free. Chambers behind the defense, and Chambers shot in again. An early brace for Grace Chambers. Just 75 seconds into the game, 2 goals for Chambers, and Laurel Highlands on top, 2-0. And Chambers scoring those 2 goals just 10 seconds apart at the 38:55 mark of the first half, and now at the 38:45 mark of the first half. And Laurel Highlands coming to play here tonight in the section opener, now taking a 2-0 lead over the Albert Gallatin Colonials. And the Colonials and Rick Hansen will now try to recompose themselves after the Mustangs striking with a fury here in the opening 2 minutes of the game. The Mustangs trying to get back on it again. Maggie Cunningham sending it ahead on the far side. Chambers trying to track it down. Numbers coming back as Erica Tarr to her left. Chambers on the cross. Tarr out in front, never got her way. Nice save there from the keeper, Katie Rankin. And Rankin a low boot out of the Albert Gallatin zone. Cunningham trying to track it down for Laurel Highlands. And trying to break there for Albert Gallatin is Hannah Banks. And Banks pulled down early foul, our first foul of the match. Going on Maggie Cunningham, the Mustang sophomore. No card issued. And we'll play on. Free kick here from midfield. As the Colonials reposition the troops. And sending it ahead there, Maddie Vinch. Trying to free up Cassidy Miles. Miles top of the 18. Low shot on goal. Scooped up there by the Mustang keeper, Anna Sepik. And Sepik will now jog out to the edge of the box. Right foot into the ball. Will send it back to the midfield. Cunningham there will let it go through to Chambers. Chambers off the body. Unable to straddle the far touchline off of Laurel Highlands and out. AG will again trigger it in. Trying to send it forward here to Carly Barkfelt. Mustangs back on it. Nina Nickman out of her own zone. Knocked down to the midfield there by Katie Sutton. Sent high again by Cunningham. Amanda Means trying to track it down. Means a little poke forward to Cunningham. Back to Means now on the far side and sent ahead by Kate Sutton down the far touchline and out. Just over 3 minutes in, Laurel Highlands early 2-0 lead over Albert Gallatin. Grace Chambers with 2 goals, 10 seconds apart. The first at the 38:55 mark of the first half, followed by a goal 10 seconds later, and Chambers looking for the early hat trick. Chambers again into the box, shot from the right side, and juggled but caught by Katie Rankin. So Chambers coming into play for Laurel Highlands tonight. Almost got a hat trick 4 minutes in. A little battle for the ball here at the midfield. Bryn Lilly sends it high. Colonials knock it down. There's Serena Chapman. Pressure there by Amanda Means. Sent forward to Grace Chambers again. Off to Means on the far side. Laurel Highlands' only senior sends it in to Erica Tarr. Tarr tried to heel it back. But Katie Rankin on the scoop. And Rankin again out of her own zone, but headed back there by Kate Sutton. Sutton another little touch off the head. Reset again to Amanda Means. Check that Erica Tarr. And now Means on the far side. Goes through Means and outs. And Albert Gallatin's Maddie Vinch will trigger it in. Vinch hops it in. Cunningham, though, pokes it back for Laurel Highlands. AG tries to send it high back to the midfield. Nickman a little knockdown. Pushed ahead there to Kate Sutton again. Sutton trying to get free. Sending it ahead to Tarr. Here's Tarr into the box. Tarr behind the pack. Shot with a left foot, saved again by Katie Rankin. Laurel Highlands already 5 shots on goal here in the opening 5 minutes. And 2 of them passed the Albert Gallatin senior keeper. Ball out on the far side off of AG and outs. Mustangs trigger it in. Touchdown and sent ahead there by Serena Chapman. Off of Tarr, off to Chambers again. Look out. Here's Chambers into the box. Chambers trying to shake and bake. Low shot again, scooped up by Rankin. It's now 6 shots on goal for Laurel Highlands. And Rankin again plays it back to center. Cunningham knocks it down for Laurel Highlands. Mustangs looking sharp here early. Played there by Nickman, played back out by Albert Gallatin. And there's Bryn Lilly, a little touchdown. Ahead to Cunningham. Cunningham trying to shake and bake her way around Serena Chapman. Ball off of Chapman and out. Cunningham triggers it back in on the far side. Mustangs poke it forward. Amanda Means looking for the cross. Blocked down there by Carly Barkfelt. Mustangs regain control again. There's Cunningham dancing out there for the Mustangs. Set on the far side, ahead to Chambers. Knocked down again to Cunningham. Cunningham edge of the box, low shot. Off of the keeper, Katie Rankin, who's able to scoop it back up after giving up what appeared to be an initial rebound. Again, Lilly knocks it down. Forward to Erica Tarr. Tarr back into the box. Shot with the left foot goes wide on the far side. Chambers was dancing there on the far post, but unable to knock it down in front of Katie Rankins. The ball will go out for an Albert Gallatin goal kick here at the 33-25 mark of the first half. Still 2-0 Laurel Highlands ahead of Albert Gallatin. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nice to have you along with us for our first soccer match of the season. Section opener, Albert Gallatin and Laurel Highlands. The Mustangs expecting to be very competitive this year with the PIAA going to 4 classifications for soccer. Laurel Highlands no longer having to play with the top dogs in the bigger schools. Laurel Highlands a 3A team this year in this new 4 classification system, playing in the same conference as Greensburg-Salem, Uniontown, Albert Gallatin, Elizabeth Forward, Bell Vernon, and Mount Pleasant. And talking to the Mustangs head coach David Sahida before the game, he said he expects his team to be competing for a playoff spot here in 2016. The Mustangs coming off a 6-12 season a year ago, playing in 3A in what was a 3 classification system. And the Mustangs on it again here. Edge of the box, Amanda Means knocked back out. Mustangs trying to regain on the far side as Chambers again. Chambers looking for the cross into the box. She'll not come into the box herself. Pull it back to Cunningham. Cunningham's a little poke towards the goal. Again, scooped up by Katie Rankin. Rankin now out to the edge of the box. Will send it down the near touch line. Knocked down there by Laurel Highlands' Macy Valek. Valek forward again to Kate Sutton. Sutton a little pressure there from Carly Barkfelt. A little touch back, and once again Sutton on it. Off to Cunningham. Cunningham's long shot goes in from 30 yards out. How about that, Maggie Cunningham? Third goal of the match for Laurel Highlands. The Cunningham goal coming here at the 31-41 mark of the first half to put Laurel Highlands up 3-0 here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Tonight's soccer game is being brought to you in part by Dr. Michael Lemontowski and Surgical Associates, 10 Highland Park Drive here in Uniontown. They can be reached at 724-439-6340. Good luck to the area teams from Dr. Michael Lemontowski.
How about that goal from Maggie Cunningham from 30 yards out? Certainly catching Katie Rankin and Albert Gallatin off guard. The Colonials going to their bench for the first time, bringing on Bethany Kukler, number 1, the junior, trying to mix things up. But Cunningham sending that right off the crossbar and in, the ball hitting the bottom of the crossbar. Really in a spot where no matter what Katie Rankin would have attempted to do, she had no play on the ball. What a strike there from Cunningham, the Mustangs sophomore center midfielder. Putting Laurel Highlands on top 3-0.
For Albert Gallatin, number 1, Bethany Kukler.
There's Kukler, who just entered.
Number 14, Kristen
trying to get a touch. Kristen Marmol also entered for Laurel Highlands. Here's Chambers breaking free again. The play on sides. And now they're going to whistle it down. Late offsides call there on the far side from Tom Cameron, one of our 2 match officials. Working this with Valerie Gamutza. Chambers at first thought she was on sides, but not in the eyes of Mr. Cameron. A nice night, though, for high school soccer. Game time temperature, though, 83 degrees. Quite muggy outside. And after the offsides call, Kukler, a little poke ahead there for Albert Gallatin, trying to send it up to Hannah Banks. Ball out of play on the far side. Off of Banks and out, the Mustangs will reload. Moving right to left. On the far touchline, Chambers sends it out for Colonial and out. Now Kristen Marmol will send it back in, looking again for Chambers. Whistle on the play. And ruled off of Laurel Highlands and out this time, 10 minutes in. 3-0 already, Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. The Mustangs opened up the season with a 3-3 draw against Connellsville in the first of 2 games played here at Laurel Highlands in the Fayette County Coaches Tournament. The Mustangs would then fall to Bentworth 3-1 in the afternoon session. Albert Gallatin an 0-2 start. They also played their opening 2 games here at Laurel Highlands on Saturday, falling to Bentworth by a score of 7-1 and Brownsville by a score of 5-1. Here's Chambers again trying to break down the far side. This time they'll play on sides. Chambers with Tar to her left. Chambers edge of the box and the cross to Tar, and Tar trying to finish. Did the ball go in? Yes, it went in. The goalie, Katie Rankin, carried the ball into the goal. So Tar scoring on the cross. And it's 4-0 Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin, the Tar goal. Coming at the 29-11 mark of the first half. Chambers on the assist, and we'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
Back here at Laurel Highlands, Erica Tar, the latest goal for the Mustangs. Assist going to Grace Chambers, 4-0. Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin, 11 minutes in. Mustangs pouring it on. Chambers now 2 goals and an assist. Maggie Cunningham a goal, and Erica Tar the latest goal for the Mustangs, and Tar back on it again. Here's Erica Tar. Into the box. Tar shot with the left foot goes wide on the far side. Mustangs looking sharp here in the opening 12. Albert Gallatin coming off a 1-17 season last year. A program that was formed back in 1998. They've never been above 500. Went 8-9-2 in 2000, and that was the closest to the 500 mark they got. Trying to bounce back here in 2016. But off to a tough start here tonight. And if you look at these 2 teams over the years, Laurel Highlands has won 15 straight over Albert Gallatin. The last AG win over Laurel Highlands, you have to go back to September the 26th of 2007, a 3-2 win for Albert Gallatin over Laurel Highlands. Mustangs winning both meetings last year by scores of 9-0 and 9-2. The way Laurel Highlands has started off here, you might have a similar final score when all is said and done here tonight at Mustang Field. Cunningham another touch ahead on the far side. Mustangs trying to break forward to Tar, but played out of the zone there by Sarah Camp. Laurel Highlands another poke ahead on the far side. Cross coming to Tar, who deflects it in. Second goal of the match for Erica Tar on a nice cross from the far side. And was that one sent in by Chambers or means over there. I believe that was Grace Chambers again on the assist. So Tar on the finish, 2 assists for Chambers. 5-0 Mustangs, 27:15 left here in the first half. We're back in a moment on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Just sit right down and you hear a tale of a fateful call. You better pay those bills right now or you take a mighty fall. He really didn't know what to do, so he turned to those who did. Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, your bankruptcy crew, your bankruptcy crew. So no matter how deep in debt you are, if your back's against the wall, Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, just give them a call.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Erica Tar, a pair of goals now for Laurel Highlands. Grace Chambers with 2 goals and 2 assists so far in this match. It's now 5-0. Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin, and we've played only 13 minutes of soccer
into the game from
so far here today.
30, Taylor Brady.
Taylor Brady seeing her first action for Laurel Highlands. Aaron Egnott also in for the Mustangs. As Coach David Sahida going to his bench early. He's not going to run up the score. He's going to get all of his girls into the game. If the score stays like this, always great sportsmanship on the Mustangs side. They've been on the opposite side of some of these decisions, especially playing in the largest classification over the last few years. And Albert Gallatin now an opportunity. We thought it might be an AG throw-in, but a reversal here on the near line will be the Mustangs' ball, as Macy Valek will trigger it in. No indication if we'll have any hydration breaks here tonight with the warm temperatures. But the Mustangs, with the margin already at 5-0, will have plenty of opportunities for substitutions throughout the course of the game. Ball actually went off of Egnott's head there. Played down the near line. Albert Gallatin's Cassidy Miles trying to track it down. Miles a little battle there with Laurel Highlands. Macy Valek play whistled down. An infraction there against Valek and the Mustangs. So a free kick here for Cassidy Miles. The Albert Gallatin Jr. looked to cross it into the box. Will go low here out in front. Egnott, though, a nice little knockdown for Laurel Highlands. And she'll play it low down the near side to Taylor Brady. So Brady on it, trying to touch it ahead. Caitlin Snyder, though, knocking it down there for Albert Gallatin. Mustangs trying to stay on it there on the far side with Kristen Marmol. Marmol ahead to Sydney Chido. And Sid Chido with a break. Chido ahead. Chido into the box looking to cross. But going wide of the keeper, Katie Rankin. She had Taylor Brady breaking towards the front of the goal. And never was able to get it in Taylor's direction. So goal kick here for Albert Gallatin. Lily lets it go through. Valek sends it high. And Brady will look to play it ahead. Here's Taylor Brady. Brady, edge of the box, looking to center. No one home. Now the Colonials look to go the other way. A little open space. Bethany Kukler. Mustangs knock it down to the midfield. Sid Chido back across on the chase. Well, the keeper Rankin sends it out. Knocked back down there again by Egnott. Colonials on the denial. And on the chase, Hannah Banks. Banks down the far touchline. Gotta love the effort there from Banks. Banks still on it, but the play whistled down. A little contact there on the far side. We'll check the infraction. Now they're going to give Albert Gallatin here a free kick, but put it inside the box where if the infraction actually occurred inside the 18, it should be a penalty kick. So the positioning of the ball there not really coinciding with the call that was made out on the field. If the infraction occurred inside the 18, it's a penalty kick for Albert Gallatin. Now the referee's getting together. Maybe they're realizing that. You can't put the ball down inside the 18 for a free kick. If the foul occurred there, it's a penalty kick for the Colonials. And Tom Cameron and Valerie Gamitza discussing that right now. And from Coach Rick Hansen, I'm a little hot about that. And now they are going to put it down. Penalty kick. It took them a while to figure it out. That should have been an elementary call. So now a penalty kick for Albert Gallatin occurring here at the 23:10 mark of the first half. And Hannah Banks will take the penalty kick facing the Mustang keeper, Anna Sepik. Banks trying to put Albert Gallatin on the board. From 12 yards out on the penalty kick. Banks now set. Left foot into the ball and into the back of the net. Hannah Banks putting Albert Gallatin on the scoreboard for the first time in this game. It's 5-1. Laurel Highlands, 23:10 left here in the first half. Plenty of scoring. And we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Tonight's soccer game is being brought to you in part by Dr. Michael Lemontowski and Surgical Associates, 10 Highland Park Drive here in Uniontown. They can be reached at 724-439-6340. Good luck to the area teams from Dr. Michael Lemontowski.
Back here at Mustang Field, 5-1. Laurel Highlands leading Albert Gallatin, the Mustangs, with 5 straight unanswered goals to start the game. And then Hannah Banks scoring on a penalty kick after an infraction occurred just inside the 18 on the far side. Took the referees a while to issue the penalty kick. Banks able to capitalize. And AG now back to within 4 at 5-1. 6 goals now in the first 17 minutes of this match.
Into the game for Albert Gallatin, number 3, Rachel Dodson.
And the Mustangs have went deep into their bench already. Taylor Brady with it right now. Sends it off to her right to Sid Chido. And Chido a little push ahead. Amanda Means trying to track it down. And the ball goes over the back line and out for an Albert Gallatin goal kick. As the sun begins to set. Lights not on yet here at Mustang Field. Have to put them on soon. Not much daylight left. Here's Taylor Brady. Brady top of the box. Brady loose. Look out. Here's Taylor Brady with a 6th Mustang goal of the game. Taylor Brady, Mustang Jr. Gives Laurel Highlands a 5-goal lead again at 6-1. 22:09 left here in the first half. Mustangs up 5 here on the South Union Township Sports Network. We'll keep it right here for now. A nice little answer back from Brady and the Mustangs. So a 5-goal lead for Laurel Highlands again. We've still only played 18 minutes of soccer. And Brady with it again, trying to poke it forward, but sent out of the zone by Katie Smith. We'll battle for it here on the near side. Macy Valek in there for Laurel Highlands, battling with Cassidy Miles. Went off of Valek and out. So Miles to reload here for the Colonials. Little lob in off the body and out of Jillian Verbis. Another little header there from Valak. Kukler trying to track it down for Albert Gallatin. Kukler trying to play it ahead. Lilly knocks it down. And played out of the zone by Lexi Harrigus. Off of Harrigus and out. Serena Chapman looked to send it in, but it's the Mustangs trying to attack again down the far side. On the break, Sid Chido. Low shot scooped up there by the keeper, Katie Rankin. We'll have to put the lights on soon if we want to continue to be able to read the numbers up here, that's for sure. Here's Aaron Negnot. Not to Serena Chapman. Mustangs Nina Nickman, though, able to pick it back up, and Nina loses it out of play on the far side. Chapman again a reload. Bounce pass in. Knocked down there by Amanda Means. Means trying to dance forward and played out of the zone by Katie Smith of Albert Gallatin, but the Mustangs come back on it again. Here's Taylor Brady's at onsides. Brady's going to stay with it. A little poke towards the goal, and he scooped there from Katie Rankin. Brady, a little hesitation there. At first appeared that she didn't know if the play was actually onsides or not. With the referees playing on. And Brady getting possession there again momentarily. Colonial's a little poke out. And Miles goes high back to center. A little body contact. It's Rachel Dotson looking for some open space on the Albert Gallatin side. Working on that front line with Hannah Banks, who scored the lone Colonials goal of the game on a penalty kick about 5 minutes ago. Cassidy Miles again on the trigger. Banks is there. 4 Mustangs around her, trying to keep it alive. But the Mustangs poke it out of the zone. Bryn Lilly sending it ahead. That plays on sides. And on the break, it's Sid Chido. Chido one-on-one with the keeper, and Chido with the finish. First goal of the game for Sid Chido, the freshman. It's now 7-1. Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. Will take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
13, Sydney Chido.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
Back here at Laurel Highlands High School, a 7-1 lead for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs over the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Sid Chido, the latest goal for Laurel Highlands. Here's Bryn Lilly trying to lead the charge down the far side again. Amanda Means trying to track it down. Serena Chapman defending there for Albert Gallatin, sending it out of play. Means on a quick reload again to Chido, top of the box. Albert Gallatin on the pressure. Sending it outside the box. Valak a little poke ahead, trying to keep it alive there to Jillian Verbis. Verbis on the near side, two Colonials defending. Went off of Emily Rosie and out. Mustangs keep it alive. Some fresh faces into the game. Rose and Egnott, a poke on each side. And Verbis trying to come back into the box. Works it off to her right to Taylor Maggart. Maggart on the center, and another goal out in front from Sid Chido. Back-to-back goals for Chido. It's now 8-1. Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin here at the 17:57 mark of the first half. And finally the lights starting to warm up here at Mustang Field. The lead at 7. We've played just over 22 minutes of soccer. Sid Chido with a pair of goals. Grace Chambers 2 goals and 2 assists. Erica Tarr 2 goals. Maggie Cunningham, Hannah Banks, and Taylor Brady also scoring. Taylor Brady and Maggie Cunningham, also scoring on the Laurel Highlands side. Hannah Banks the lone goal on the Albert Gallatin side, coming on a penalty kick. So 9 goals scored combined in this match. A lot of action, but Laurel Highlands leading by 7. And even some of these younger players, the reserves, showing a lot of energy out there.
For Albert Gallatin, number 5, Emily Rosie.
Amanda Means, still a lot of pressure on the far side. Means the only Laurel Highlands senior on the roster this year. Really leading the way from a leadership standpoint. The team statistician, Sierra Adams, also a senior.
Laurel Highlands, number 6, Skylar Ferens.
That's it as far as senior leadership, but the underclassmen very strong on this Laurel Highlands team, and we've seen their production so far in this game. And the Mustangs a busy week with a non-conference game up next against Southmoreland before entering conference play again over the weekend against Elizabeth Forward. And here's another opportunity for the Mustangs. Jillian Verbis. Verbis, low shot scooped up there by Katie Rankin. Laurel Highlands has not been to the playoffs in 15 years. The last Mustang girls soccer team to make the WPIAL playoffs back in 2001. Laurel Highlands hasn't been over 500 since the 04 season. But talking to their head coach David Sahida before the game, he was very excited about the season. Saying even though we're young, we can compete this year. We can get to the WPIAL playoffs. That one scooped up there by the keeper, Sepik. And 7 teams in the conference, 4 will qualify for the postseason under the reclassification. And if the Mustangs pick up a win here over Albert Gallatin today, gives them a leg up over the rest of the season. Again, with a game in the conference against Elizabeth Forward coming up on Saturday and playing rival Uniontown next week. And they'll actually have about a week off to regroup for the next stretch of conference games. We'll play 25 minutes so far here tonight. And the Mustangs lead by 7, up 8-1. These younger players, again, showing a lot of energy. They want to try to keep up this attack. Skylar Ferens, only a freshman now on the front line. Trying to chase it down on the far side. Katie Smith there for Albert Gallatin. Ferens trying to stay with it. And a whistle on that back line. Ruling is the ball went off of Ferens and out. So a goal kick here for Albert Gallatin. Mustangs making a quick change. Exiting Lexi Harrigus, number 23, entering Alina Jerome, number 4. Jerome, a sophomore. Miles on the play ahead.
Number 4.
Nickman on the knockdown. Now Bryn Lilly on it. Lilly playing it ahead. Farron's trying to track it down. And the ball off of Farron's and outs. Another goal kick here for Albert Gallatin. You can kind of tell a little bit on the Laurel Highlands side. They're trying not to run it up. Up 7 already. They still have to play the game. Another poke ahead. And a scoop there from Katie Rankin. And boy, she's been busy so far in this game. You can't blame her at all, though, for the 8 goals. Some of them she didn't really have much of a chance at, including the Cunningham strike from 30 yards out, where Maggie Cunningham put that off the bottom of the crossbar and in. You'd have pro keepers that couldn't have kept that ball out of the back of the nets. We'll scrum for it here at midfield. Valak on the send ahead. Here's Skylar Farrens again. And both the Laurel Highlands boys and girls will be in action on Saturday. Girls playing Elizabeth Forward at 12. Boys playing EF at 2 o'clock. And both of those games are at EF, correct? Both road games for Laurel Highlands on Saturday. And like the girls, the Laurel Highlands boys also in a new section this year. They're playing in 3A as well under the new 4 classification system. Only 6 teams in their conference this year. And again, the top 4 making the postseason. They're talking to both Jerry Rogers, senior and junior. They're expecting good things on the boys' side as well. Our first boys broadcast of the year here on the South Union Township Sports Network will be the boys conference opener at Bell Vernon next week. Even though the game for the Laurel Highlands girls against Elizabeth Ford, a conference game, Elizabeth Ford's boys team, not conference as the Laurel Highlands boys. So on Saturday, the girls will play a conference game. The boys will play a non-conference game against Elizabeth Ford. But the boys, at the time of this taping, currently 2-1. Wins over Bentworth and Brownsville. They lost a non-conference game to Thomas Jefferson on the road. In fact, they won't play their first true home game until September the 15th against Trinity. Playing their first 7 away from the friendly confines. In a way, that'll be good for the Mustangs boys soccer team because they'll have plenty of games at home over the second half stretch. I'm looking forward to heading up to the Gold Turf next week. The Mustangs boys game against Bell Vernon. Be a busy week for us here on the South Union Township Sports Network. 2 boys games and a girls game on the soccer side. Of course, the Laurel Highlands football team will be at Greensburg-Salem this coming Friday. And Gary Frankhauser will be back for that one here on the South Union Township Sports Network as well. Always nice to have Gary back. And what a great ceremony it was here at the Mustang Corral this past Friday night with longtime South Union Township sports broadcaster John Casera getting inducted into the Laurel Highlands Sports Hall of Fame. John and Jerry working close to 2,000 games together over the years.
Re-entry for Laurel Highlands, number 15.
And truly well-deserved for John Kazarek getting inducted into the Laurel Highlands Hall of Fame this past Friday. Didn't have an opportunity to make it here in person. Had some other obligations covering high school football on Friday. But from talking to Vince Capozzi and Rick Frank, who were here, they said it was quite a ceremony and a special night for John. And again, our congratulations go out to John and the rest of the inductees into the Laurel Highlands Hall of Fame from this past week. And also nice to see Pastor Nicholas Cook get in as well, as the Mustangs with a little break here. Low shot on goal from Taylor Maggart. And a correction from what I mentioned earlier, not 2,000. How about 3,300? 3,525 games for John and Jerry together. 3,525 for John and Jerry over the years. Truly remarkable. Great service that they have provided this community for so many years. Well deserved for John. I'll tell you what, if I have a vote for next year, I'd like to see Jerry get in the Hall of Fame as well. Talk about a hard worker. After we get off the air tonight, I go home. But Jerry's night's just started. He has plenty of work ahead, editing all of this game broadcast, inserting commercials, delivering the tapes.
Number 14, Hannah Banks.
And I think the folks at Laurel Highlands will try to work to get Jerry in the Hall of Fame next year, that's for sure. Here it's 8-1, Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. 8 minutes left here in the first half. Our opening soccer broadcast of the year here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Jillian Verbus on the trigger. Headed forward. Little touch there from Haley Green. Green trying to stay with it. Works it back to her left. Played out of the box by the Colonials. Victor looking to break. Knocked down by Nina Nickman. Nickman has been starting since her freshman year, and that's going to be a push on the Mustangs. Skylar Ferens initiating the contact there on the far side. They have the fire up on the scoreboard here at Mustang Field. The Mustangs red hot, you're right. They've been fired up since the get-go. Grace Chambers with 2 goals in the opening 75 seconds. Haley Green letting go off of an Albert Gallatin player and out. Last touch there by Abigail Zablowski. Lily off to her left. Katie Sutton there. Sutton top of the box. Pulls it back to Lily again. And it's very clear the Mustangs have called off the Dogs already. Up 8-1. Kukler out of her own zone. A little pressure there from Nickman. Ball comes loose down the near touchline. Kukler playing it ahead. And off the shoulder there of Jillian Verbus. A little collision between Kukler and Abby Chambers. Headed there by Haley Jamison. Sutton on the dance. And the one-hopper scooped up there by Katie Rankin. Rankin a little line drive back to center. It's headed there again by Jamison. Sent ahead to Sutton. Sutton off to her right, back to her left. Sutton top of the box. Deflection on the far side. Green couldn't find it. Played back to Bryn Lilly. Lilly from 35 out off to Green again. Green dancing edge of the box. Green, low shot into the back of the net. Haley Green extends the lead now to 9-1. The official time of the goal, 5:22 of the first half. And a continuous clock the rest of the way.
Highlands goal by number 3, Hallie Green.
For the Mustangs up 8. Wholesale substitutions now on the Albert Gallatin side. Still pretty warm outside. I jogged down before the start of the game. I was talking to both coaches, Rick Hansen and David Sahida, getting the lineups and talking to our match officials as well. And the heat really hit me just walking back up to the press box. Probably a combination of the heat and me not being in the best of shape, as these players have certainly shown they are in tonight in these warm conditions, staying fit out there, and lots of hustle on both sides. There's Hannah Banks. Mustangs again knock it down. Bryn Lilly calling out a play, sending it off to Green on the far side. Green edge of the box. Back to her left there to Ferens. And the ball deflected out of play. And it will be a corner kick. I believe this is the first corner kick we've seen tonight on either side. And Bryn Lilly will take it. The Mustangs, again, number of substitutions out there right now. As Lilly to take the corner kick. So we've had 10 goals, but this will be the first corner kick of the night. Coming at the 3:30 mark of the first half. As Lilly plays at top of the box, no one home. And Hannah Banks will try to work it out of the zone for Albert Gallatin, and Banks on it. Banks dodging. Mrs. Gamutza out there trying to break it forward, one of our match officials. Finally, the Mustangs able to slow down her pursuit and reset the attack for themselves. Lilly again off to Green on the far side. Green keeping it alive in play, trying to work her way around Serena Chapman. Green staying with it, working it off to her left. Pass intended there for Amber Ritz.
And number 1.
Colonials played back to center. And Hannah Banks still showing plenty of hustle on the Albert Gallatin side. Her team's down 8, and boy, she's playing hard. Went to the turf there. She wants another goal. You can tell why she has the captain's armband on. She plays like it out there for the Colonials. Her team might be down 8, but she's showing plenty of fight. Colonials senior, number 14, Hannah Banks. Sent high again. Mustangs control. Abby Beatty. On the knockdown there, Maddie Vinch.
Into the game
off the head
Gallatin, also number 8,
there of Beatty. The ball out of play off of Albert Gallatin and out. Alina Jerome will take the throw-in. Quickly played out. Then a 1:40 left before halftime. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupagan. Thanks for joining us here on the South Union Township Sports Network, whether you're watching on Atlantic Broadband Channel 17, Armstrong Channel 61, or on YouTube. Jerry and I are actually talking before the start of tonight's match this week, marking our 1-year anniversary of our broadcast being on YouTube. We appreciate all of the folks who have been able to watch online. Of course, the one YouTube advantage, you can watch on your time. On-demand broadcasts available anytime. If you're new to our YouTube site, just log on to youtube.com and search South Union Television. All of our broadcasts available there for you on demand anytime you'd like to watch them. Most of the football broadcasts we have up within a couple of days, with the soccer broadcast usually up within a week. Here's Green again on the far side. Final minute of the first half. Laurel Highlands up 9-1. Serena Chapman knocking it out of play. And Green on the reload. Back to Bryn Lilly. Lilly, edge of the box, works it off to her left. Mustangs trying to stay with it here. Abby Chambers. And a battle there with Kukler. Ball comes over to Bryn Lilly. Final 20 seconds of this first half. Lilly over to Green. Green played hacky sack with it there for a bit. Tried to center. Went off of Aubrey Bowers. Colonials play it back. Down to 10 seconds left. AG looking for one last break. Cassidy Miles on her horse. But time's going to expire. A 9-1 halftime lead for Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. We're back to recap the first half scoring for you in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
A reminder, everyone, the concession stand is open to sneak on over to get something to eat or drink through our 10-minute intermission. It's all sponsored by the Laurel Highlands Girls Soccer Boosters. And a reminder again also, too, there's no...
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Back here at halftime at Mustang Field, 10 total goals scored in the first half, a 9-1 lead for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs over the Albert Gallatin Colonials, a match that started with both teams looking for their first win of the season in this conference opener. Laurel Highlands entering play 0-1-1, Albert Gallatin at 0-2. It took the Mustangs just 1:05 to get the scoring started. Grace Chambers a goal at the 38:55 mark of the first half to give Laurel Highlands a 1-0 lead, and then Chambers would follow up that goal, getting a brace just 75 seconds into the game at the 38:45 mark of the first half. Things would die down for just a little bit before Maggie Cunningham got it going again for Laurel Highlands. A goal from 30 yards out that struck the bottom of the crossbar before going in. Cunningham's goal at the 31:45 mark of the first half extended Laurel Highlands' lead to 3-0, and then Erica Tarr, off of an assist from Grace Chambers, made it 4-0 Laurel Highlands at the 29:11 mark of the first half. Same combo again just 2 minutes later, Chambers to Tarr again, 5-0 Laurel Highlands, and then Hannah Banks with the lone Albert Gallatin goal coming on a penalty kick, and what appeared to be a controversial call early on. They initially positioned the ball inside the box for a free kick. Well, if you have a foul inside the box, it's a penalty kick, not a free kick. The refereeing crew of Tom Cameron and Valerie Gamutza corrected it, gave Banks the penalty kick, and she was able to send it home past Mustang keeper Anna Sepik to cut into the Laurel Highlands lead. It was 5-1 Mustangs, but don't worry, Mustangs fans, you still had 4 more goals coming your way in the final 22.5 minutes of the first half. Taylor Brady a goal at the 22:09 mark of the first half. It was 6-1 Laurel Highlands, then Sid Chido with back-to-back goals. Chido scoring at 19:06 and 17:57. Haley Green adding a goal at the 5:22 mark of the first half. And there we are here at halftime, 9-1 Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. We're back with the second half of the match right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
Back here at Mustang Field, ready to start the second half. Laurel Highlands leading Albert Gallatin by a score of 9-1. New keeper for the Mustangs. It's Gwen Hamilton, number 47. Sophomore keeper coming in for Anna Sepik with the Mustangs up 9-1 in this match. Laurel Highlands really controlling things from the get-go.
Goalkeep is Gwyneth Hamilton.
And they'll look to keep that going here in the second half with an 8-goal cushion. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupé. Might hear Barry Rosner, our public address announcer, in the background. 38 years now for Barry here at Laurel Highlands. Congratulations to him. Quite a feat. Another hard worker up here for the Mustangs. That ball off the back heel there of Kristen Marmol. Marmol trying to regain down the near side. We'll move forward there from Marmol, working up there with Abby Chambers. Colonials play it back. Still working hard, Hannah Banks. Banks on the break. Scored the lone Colonials goal in this match. That ball off of Abby Beatty and out. So AG will keep possession. Cassidy Miles will try to track it down. Miles on the trigger. Played up there by Banks. Ball out of play for Laurel Highlands goal kick. Jessica Victor, a sophomore, was also in the vicinity there for Albert Gallatin, but the Colonials unable to make anything happen there on that trot down the field. And now Hamilton, the new Laurel Highlands keeper, will send it away. She'll send it out on the far side. It's knocked down by Serena Chapman. Chapman into a triangle of Mustangs and a foul call there against the Laurel Highlands. We haven't had a card issued on either side, even though Hannah Banks did score on a penalty kick for Albert Gallatin. Always nice to see a cardless game. Cassidy Miles, the lob into the box. Hamilton with a save there for Laurel Highlands had Jessica Victor right on the doorstep. And Hamilton will play it back to center. Colonials trying to go wide. And the poke ahead there, Chapman. Can't make anything happen. Mustangs, though, will send it out of play. Almost 3 minutes into the second half. We'll have a continuous clock the rest of the way. With Laurel Highlands up 8 in this match. Albert Gallatin just one win a season ago. That was a 6-2 win over Uniontown. Laurel Highlands will see Uniontown next week here at the Mustang Corral. A game will carry here in the South Union Township Sports Network. Jillian Verbis on the break. Katie Rankin coming well out of her normal position to make that save. And on the corner attempt will be Verbis. Send it out in front, and AG with a clear out. Up to Jessica Victor. Victor needing some help. And here's Banks trying to run it down for Albert Gallatin, but controlled there defensively by Taylor Brady of Laurel Highlands. Brady getting an opportunity to play multiple positions here tonight. She was on the front line earlier and scored a goal for Laurel Highlands. That was the 6th Mustang goal of the night. And here's Abby Chambers on the breakdown, only a freshman. Had her rush broken up there by Aubrey Bowers, sophomore for Albert Gallatin. Will be a Laurel Highlands corner kick. Sid Chido will take it. Chido a pair of goals already in this match. Looking for a possible hat trick here in the second half. Chido sends it into the mixer out in front. She'll get it back here on the near side. Chido looking for the cross. Comes loose out in front and scooped up there again by Katie Rankin. So the action continues in front of Rankin. Mustangs a knockdown there from Beatty. Beatty with a head of steam, but quickly sent back out on the Colonial side. Back to center, and in the body of Jessica Victor. Victor trying to loop it on the far side. No one home. Will knock it down in front to Bethany Kukler. Colonials looking for something down on the far side. Jamison back there for Laurel Highlands. Will play it ahead. Another touch there from Banks. Mustangs again back to center. And Abby Chambers looking for another run. Denied by Caitlin Snyder. Serena Chapman there on the far side. Ball out of play. Off of Laurel Highlands and out. Almost 6 minutes into the second half. Still 9-1 Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. All 10 goals in this match scored in the first half. Mustangs on the throw. Into Aaron Egnat. And now to get on the far side. Top 10 polls already out for girls AAA soccer to start the season. 2 teams in the Mustangs Conference ranked in the top 10. Mount Pleasant and Ringgold. Mount Pleasant at number 7, Ringgold at number 8. And that might be a penalty kick there. The infraction going to go against Albert Gallatin. So a free kick coming back for Laurel Highlands. Credit the Mustangs defensively there. And on the AG rush getting back, and actually it was the Colonials that committed the infraction. So the Mustangs with a free kick. As Beatty sends it back to center. A little touch there from Kristen Marmol. Egnat pushes it off to her left. Jamison a little touch down. Colonials played back on the other side. Mustangs have to watch defensively. Here's Hannah Banks. Off to her left to Cassidy Miles. Miles looking to center. Banks on the rush. Around the scoop, Gwen Hamilton. And Hamilton on the boot back to center. Played up there by Camp. Headed back on the Mustang side. Egnat goes low. Touch there from Katie Smith. Another little header there from Sid Shido. Laurel Highlands looking for a break. A fan on the Albert Gallatin side, but Sarah Camp on the cleanup. Knocked down there from Jamison. Mustangs trying to keep it alive on the far touch line. Beatty again involved. Victor trying to play it forward, but Egnat on it for Laurel Highlands. Egnat trying to go low. Denied there by Maddie Vinch. Up to Victor. Hannah Banks again in the vicinity. Mustangs trying to dance it out. Seeing pokes here on both sides. Almost 9 minutes into the second half. Ball out of play, and Laurel Highlands to make a couple of substitutions. Looks like Haley Green back into the game.
With the substitutions, an update on the Pirates score. Moving to the top of the third, it's tied at 2.
Mustangs looking for another break. With a head of steam here on the near side. Is that Chido? No, it's number 14, Kristen Marmol. Marmol on the cross, and the finish out in front. Another Laurel Highlands goal, their 10th of the game. And on the goal, it's Taylor Maggart, the sophomore. So Taylor Maggart getting the first goal of the second half.
The Laurel Highlands goal by number 18, Taylor Maggart.
coming at the 30-15 mark of the second half. Maggart's first of the game. Assist going to Kristen Marmol. The Mustangs lead now 9. Ball last touch there by Katie Smith of Albert Gallatin going out. The Mustangs pretty much have used every player that was eligible to play tonight into the game so far. Really give head coach David Sahida a lot of credit using his subs. The only two I haven't seen, Alicia Rimby, number 7, and Ashley Jacobs, 17.
17 I haven't seen, right? That's the only one I have. Everybody else has been in.
Barry Rosner tells me Rimby has been into the game.
Yeah, she was in. I announced her.
That's nice when you can use your entire roster on any given night. "27 players on the Mustangs roster to start the 2016 season. And only one senior, we mentioned that earlier, Amanda Means, only senior player. The statistician Sierra Adams, also a senior. Another break for the Mustangs, and that one just sent wide by Kristen Marmol. Mustangs continue to rotate players in and out. I mentioned Alicia Rimby. She's back into the game. Number 7. On the near side, next to Albert Gallatin, Sarah Camp. Goal kick here for the Colonials. Ball will go through Camp and out to Sarah Petko. Mustangs, though, pick it back up. A long shot taken there by Sid Chido. Scooped up again by the keeper, Katie Rankin. Rankin well out of the box there. After the rush from Jillian Verbis. Rankin, even though she's yielded 10, probably has double-digit saves as well. Back on the attack, Hannah Banks. The Mustangs, the denial. The ball going off of Banks and out. With 26:51 left here in the second half. Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin a season ago, finishing at the bottom of the then Section 1 AAA standings in the largest classification. Tough going, though, for the Mustangs, playing with teams like Norwin and Penn Trafford, even though in the game against Norwin that was played here at Mustang Field, a game we televised here on the South Union Township Sports Network, Laurel Highlands, at least for half in that game, gave Norwin everything they could ask for. That game was very close at halftime before Norwin piled it on in the second half. Knights ended up winning that game by a score of 8-0, with the first half much closer than the final score indicated. But when you don't have Norwin, you don't have Penn Trafford, and you don't have Hempfield in your section, Laurel Highlands certainly an opportunity to be more competitive here in 2016. 25 minutes left in this match. Again, a continuous clock the rest of the way. Carly Barkfeld, who was a late addition to the Albert Gallatin starting lineup. A little touch there. Both teams went with the traditional 4-4-2 to start the match, with all of the substitutions. I think the initial starters on both sides. Those lineups kind of went away after 10 minutes or so, with all the substitutions really working out well for Laurel Highlands this week. We mentioned a busy week with a non-conference game against Southmoreland up next before the Saturday contest at Elizabeth Forward, and they're back here at home on Monday for a game we'll broadcast here on the South Union Township Sports Network against crosstown rival Uniontown. It'll be the third conference game of the year. They'll have a week off before heading to Greensburg-Salem before a home match against Mount Pleasant. Another home game against another Fayette County foe in Connellsville. Those two teams actually met here in the Fayette County tournament this past Saturday. And the game ended up a 3-3 draw. The tournament games from this past weekend played with shortened halves due to the fact that the teams are playing double headers in the hot conditions on Saturday afternoon here in Fayette County. Chido, another touch ahead. Ferens couldn't make anything happen on that rush. Colonial's a little touch. And played forward there by Miles. Back to center. Colonial going down. We play on. Rimby a little dance top of the box. Played it off to her left. To Taylor Maggart. Maggart back into the box. Maggart a little crossover. Shot into the back of the net for another goal. Now 11-1. Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin.
Laurel Highlands goal by number 8.
And that is the second of the match for Taylor Maggart. Her second goal of this second half as well. And so far for the Mustangs, you have Grace Chambers with 2, Erica Tarr with 2, Sid Chido with 2 goals, and now Taylor Maggart with 2 goals. And Laurel Highlands looking for another rush up there, a little collision. The keeper outside the box there. That should be a handball as the Albert Gallatin keeper, Katie Rankin, was outside the 18, covering up the ball. This has to be Laurel Highlands' ball here, top of the box, with a free kick. Very obvious that Rankin touched that ball outside the 18. They might even award a penalty kick. Two referees, Tom Cameron and Valerie Gamutza, getting together. The ball was touched by the keeper, Rankin, outside the 18. I would think, if anything, a card should be issued here to Rankin. She's going to put it down, but there's no way.
With the stoppage of action here at Laurel Highlands,
it's going to be Albert Gallatin's ball.
Key sport for the Laurel Highlands boys.
Maggart saying she touched it, Rankin, saying she touched it inside the box. Boy, they're going to give this ball to Albert Gallatin. Incorrect call there. That was a clear handball from the keeper outside the box. I guess it doesn't matter much if they scored 11-1. But still, I think that was applied incorrectly on the field. Haley Green will throw it in. And triggered outs. The freshman Abby Beatty. Short toss there to Sid Chido. Off to Green. And Rimby on the run. Here's Rimby, right side of the box, looking for the cross. And hurling off of Rimby and out. Goal kick here for Rankin. AG looking for a run down the far touchline. We're midway through the second half, 11-1. Laurel Highlands Over Albert Gallatin, it was 9-1 Mustangs at the half. And Taylor Maggart with a second half brace to extend the Mustangs lead to 11-1. Aaron Egnott coming forward. And Ritz trying to track it down. Ball to play on the far side off of Laurel Highlands and out. So nice to see our good friend Scary Harry Metz in the press box tonight as well. You know, the Halloween season is near when Scary Harry's in the house. Hard to believe, Halloween only a calendar month away. Of course, it's still early September. Halloween on the 31st of October. Taylor Brady on the back line, pressured there by Rachel Dotson. Nice crowd on hand as always for Mustang soccer tonight. Very warm evening. Temperatures have cooled off a little bit with the sun going down. Our start time temperature was around 85 degrees. Beatty, an athletic play there for Laurel Highlands, off to Egnott. Egnott bringing the pressure. Forward to Skylar Ferens. Ferens trying to dance her way around Serena Chapman. Ball over the back line and out. Another corner kick here for Laurel Highlands to be taken by Jillian Verbis. Verbis puts it down, now repositions the ball on the far side. Plays it outside the box. Beatty a little touch. Beatty on the far side going low. And again on the scoop up there is Katie Rankin. I mentioned earlier, certainly big this season with the top 4 teams in each conference making the playoffs. In past years, the top 3 had qualified. Certainly improving the Mustangs' chances. And you look in the 7-team conference, if you look at past history, of course, with a win here today, Laurel Highlands now with 18 straight wins. Check that, 16 straight wins in this series over Albert Gallatin. Laurel Highlands has also controlled the series as of late over Uniontown. So if that holds course for 2016, if you can defeat another team in the season series and sweep either Greensburg-Salem, Elizabeth Forward, Bell Vernon, or Mount Pleasant, you pretty much guarantee yourself a playoff spot. A little contact. Not sure if it was a dive or a trip. You had Rachel Dotson working there for Albert Gallatin. Abby Chambers defending for Laurel Highlands. And Chambers whistled for the foul. Cassidy Miles on the free kick. Loose out in front. Would have been 3 points on a Friday night, but not tonight. Going high of the crossbar and over the goal. And the Mustang keeper again for the second half has been sophomore Gwen Hamilton, coming on in relief of Anna Sepik. Most of the starters long gone tonight. And Grace Chambers and Erica Tarr only saw about 10 minutes of action. No, maybe 15, because Tarr's 2 goals at 29-11 and 27-15. And after Tarr's second made it 5-0, and Grace Chambers and Tarr were pretty much on the bench the rest of the way. Hallie Green and Alicia Rimby out there for the Mustangs. Touch there from Abby Beatty. Down to 15 minutes left here in the second half. Still 11-1. Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. Hard little push there from Maddie Vinch. Sending it off of teammate Hannah Banks. The Mustangs with an attack coming back. Here's Rimby. Edge of the box. Unable to finish. Now more subs on the Albert Gallatin side. 27 and 14 coming out. That's Miles and Banks. Jessica Victor back in. Along with Bethany Kukler, number 1. Erin Egnott. A little battle there for the Mustangs. Played back to Jillian Verbis. Laurel Highlands team, at least tonight, I feel like they have a lot of depth out there. Beatty trying to track it down. Beatty out of her own zone. Touch there from Verbis, out to a right to Green. Knocked out of play by Albert Gallatin's Maddie Vinch. There's no JV game here tonight. Albert Gallatin without a junior varsity team. There's only the varsity game being contested here tonight. Rick Hansen, the head coach of the Albert Gallatin Colonials, assisted by Andy Mouse. Aaron Yoder, the team trainer. Alina Schaefer, the statistician. There's Rimby on the break back for the Mustangs. Another scoop up there from the keeper Rankin, but you got to like Rimby's hustle on the Mustangs side. Seeing a lot of good things all around here tonight. Abby Beatty on the trigger in. Erin Egnott. Another scoop up there from Katie Rankin. Might be after Labor Day, but still feeling like summer out there today. Here's Rimby, another opportunity, just going wide. Hopefully everyone out there enjoyed their summer season. Now we were busy here on the South Union Township Sports Network as well. Plenty of Hark Midget League, Little League, and Pony League games. We hope you had an opportunity to enjoy over the summer months here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Also have to give a shout out to Nick Barczyk along with Jerry Dupay. Did a fantastic job on many of those midget and Little League games throughout the summer months. Beatty sending it high. A little scoop up there by the keeper Rankin. You might hear Nick on some of the broadcasts. Hard to believe he's only 20 years old. Can't really tell from his voice. Very deep voice out there, but Nick only 20. Doing a nice job on a lot of the South Union Township Sports Network broadcasts. You'll hear more of Nick throughout the winter season as well here on the network. And we mentioned in the first half, worth mentioning again if you're watching on Atlantic Broadband Channel 17 or Armstrong Channel 61. Our broadcast also available on YouTube on demand. In fact, you can go back and watch any game you'd like from this entire past year. This week actually marking the 1-year anniversary of our broadcast going online here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Watch all the football and soccer games, basketball games from this past season. Spring Laurel Highlands baseball and softball. A lot of the summer baseball as well. Township supervisors meetings and Laurel Highlands school board meetings all available on demand. Just search South Union Television on the South Union TV YouTube page. You can also like our Facebook page as well. Again, just search South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook. Plenty of photos up there. Also post some of the reminders about our game broadcasts, and anytime a broadcast is uploaded to YouTube, it's also shared on our South Union Township Facebook page as well. So make sure you like our South Union TV Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of the broadcasts here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay tonight. Come Friday night, Gary Frankhauser will be joining Jerry Dupay for our next Laurel Highlands football broadcast as the Mustangs will be traveling to Greensburg-Salem to take on the Golden Lions. Really a tough defeat for Mustangs football team last time out against Indiana. Heartbreaker in the final 30 seconds. Game that it appeared Zach Justice's squad had won late in the contest. Sophomore quarterback for Indiana, Thomas, taking him down the field, leading the game-winning touchdown drive. Mustangs another break here on the pitch tonight. Erica Tarr back in there, and a goal out in front. Wow. I'll double-check the number, but pretty sure that was number 10 back into the game. We'll wait for the confirmation. Not Erica Tarr. Might have been Taylor Maggart back in there.
She's on the H, 20.
I thought 20 got the assist, Jillian Verbis. I'm thinking it was Maggart that got the goal with a ponytail covering her number. I think it was Maggart on the goal.
18, right.
My spotter's telling me Verbis. We'll double check. But nonetheless, another Laurel Highlands goal coming here in the final 8.5 minutes.
I agree. I thought she was on the H, and that was number 18, so I agree.
We'll go with Maggart on the goal and give Verbis the assist. And Barry says that's his official word as well, and that's a hat trick for Taylor Maggart if it stands. The 8:30 mark of the second half. 12-1. $7:30 now left here in the second half. Abby Chambers down the far touchline. The advantage, of course, here on TV, on the delayed broadcast, we can go back to the replay and get a look at that goal and get the confirmation put up on the screen. Final 7:07 left. Again, it was 9-1 at halftime, and what appears to be 3 Taylor Maggart goals scored here in the second half for Laurel Highlands. Up next for the Colonials. They'll play their first home game of the year, another conference game against Greensburg-Salem. We told you Laurel Highlands will have a pair of road games at Southmoreland and at Elizabeth Forward before returning home to play Uniontown next week here on the South Union Township Sports Network. By far the biggest win Laurel Highlands has had in quite some time. The Mustangs with 9-0 and 9-2 wins last year over Albert Gallatin.
With about 12 minutes left to go in the game at McKeesport, it is now Laurel Highlands boys 9 and McKeesport nothing.
Laurel Highlands boys also picked up a win tonight over McKeesport, and that'll improve the Laurel Highlands boys season record to 3-1. They'll have another non-conference game against Elizabeth Forward before their conference opener here in the South Union Township Sports Network next week at Bell Vernon. Their first home game also occur next week. They host Trinity. And a 5:46 left here. So 12-1 Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. AG a little poke ahead, trying to make some late noise. Zosmachinski into the game. Like David Sahida's squad, we've seen plenty of substitutions for Rick Hansen and his Albert Gallatin Colonials tonight. They mentioned the Mustangs' wins last year. Never had a game this lopsided. You had 4-0 wins over Bentworth and Brownsville, 9-0 and 9-2 wins over Albert Gallatin, a 5-0 win over Uniontown, and a 3-0 win over Southmoreland. Uniontown and Laurel Highlands only meeting once a season ago as they played in different conferences, but they're back in the same section for 2016, and that's always nice. Of course, Laurel Highlands and Uniontown playing in the same football conference as well. The soccer program's also in the same conference. Become the basketball season. Laurel Highlands boys will play in 5A, the Uniontown boys in 4A. So, at least for the next 2-year cycle, sad to see the section conference rivalry between Uniontown and Laurel Highlands in basketball not take place this year, even though the two teams will still play twice in non-conference games. Still lacks a little bit of the luster. We also have to pass along our condolences to Uniontown head basketball coach Rob Kesmarski and his family. Rob losing his mother, Adele, this past week. Again, we wish all of the Kesmarski family well. We know it's been a tough week with Adele's passing. Adele actually graduated with Jerry Dupay, my partner tonight. Tough to see her sudden passing. A great supporter of Uniontown basketball and Uniontown athletics. And I've heard many good things about her community work as well. 3 minutes left here, 12-1. Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. A little push there from Abby Chambers. And Barry, you can confirm this. I assume Abby and Grace are sisters. Right. They are. Abby only a freshman. Grace a junior. And the 2:35 left here in the second half. 12-1, Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. And for the Mustangs, what a way to start conference play. What a way to start our coverage of Laurel Highlands soccer for the 2016 season here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Always one of my favorite seasons. Great sport to watch, really catching on in popularity here in the United States. MLS continues to grow and grow every season. Long shot from outside the box there from Abby Chambers. Another save from Katie Rankin. You saw even this past summer with the Olympics. Unfortunately, if you were a fan of the United States soccer team, things not going so well on the women's side, getting eliminated by Sweden in the quarterfinals. The men's team not qualifying for the Olympics, but they're ready to go. Looking at another World Cup berth for 2018. Getting into the final Hex group in World Cup qualifying with their win this past week over Trinidad and Tobago. 1:12 left here. 12-1, Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. AG looking for a late break. Here's Hannah Banks. Banks, she's been working hard all night already with one, looking for a brace. Banks is shot into the back of the net. Gotta like the hustle from the senior captain. It might be 12-1, but she's not giving up. And gets a late goal for the Albert Gallatin Colonials, Hannah Banks.
The Albert Gallatin goal by number 14, Hannah Banks.
You have a lot of kids that you're down 11, you might give up. Not Hannah Banks. She comes to play every night. And a goal there for herself. Her second goal of the match comes here in the final minute. And you like the never give up attitude of Hannah Banks. Final 15 seconds, and that'll do it. 12-2. Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. Grace Chambers got it started, 2 goals and 2 assists. Erica Tarr, a pair of goals. Sid Chido, a pair of goals. Maggart, the second half hat trick. And Hannah Banks, a pair of goals on the Albert Gallatin side. Your final score, Laurel Highlands 12 and Albert Gallatin 2. The Mustangs even up their overall record at 1-1-1 on the season, improved to 1-0 in conference play. Albert Gallatin drops to 0-3 overall and 0-1 in the conference. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith and his staff. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay. Your final score, Laurel Highlands 12 and Albert Gallatin 2. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.